Well, then when did you meet JFK?
That was much later. That's when I was working for NATO. I was an aeronautical buyer of the F-84G, if you can believe it.
Oh, well, that's a good story. Why don't you tell that story?
Oh, well, because I spoke Italian, my father said, you should call these people because they're looking for somebody who speaks Italian. So I called them up, and they said, oh, come right over. You're perfect. Your Italian is perfect. We want you. We want you. And I said, I'm not going to come to Farmingdale. If you want to interview me, you have to come to my house. I mean, you know, I had such cheek. So anyway, they came to the house and they said, you are perfect, we want you. So I said, yes, but how do I get to Farmingdale? I said, I don't have a car and I'm not going to take the public. He said, don't worry about it. So they had a car, they had a man, and drove me for 2 years back and forth when I had this wonderful job being a buyer of aircraft. Could you believe it? Because of my, what else do you want me to know?
Well, JFK. He's an interesting part of history.
JFK, yes, JFK. How did I meet JFK? What was the story?
You went down to Washington.
Oh, right. My cousin, that's right. My cousin had a car, had an automobile, and I was staying with him. And I said, you know, I'm going to call JFK because I knew somebody who knew him, blah, 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 whatever the story was. Oh, my father. My father knew his father. That's how it happened, because he used to come to my father's. My father was the Italian consul in Hartford, Connecticut. So I called him up and I said, by the way, I'm in Washington and I would really love to meet you. And I explained who I was and the situation. Oh, he said, come right over. My cousin said, he said, come right over? I said, yeah, he said, come right over. So we went to the Senate and shook hands. He hugged me and he took me downstairs and showed me where all the senators go in the trains. You know, I don't know if you've ever seen that. Well, it's in the basement of the Senate where the senators go, and they go to their various places. They all have the trains down there.
Who's this?
Wrong number?
No, keep going.
So in any case, he just took to me. I mean, he thought I was terrific, and he said, he wanted me to come to his house, you know, and I said, I can't because I'm having dinner with my aunt, and I would not miss that. So he thought that was kind of nice, but not nice because, you know, I said no to him. I said, I'm sorry, maybe some other time, but I do have to spend time with my aunt. So that was that. And then he kept calling my house. Kept calling, and he kept calling Farmingdale, where I was working. And so the girls at the switchboard said, he keeps calling you, why don't you call him back? And I said, I don't want to call him back. What am I going to say to him? I don't, you know, I have nothing to say to him. So finally, I did go out there, and I had dinner with him, and I had dinner with another senator whom I have to find out because I've forgotten his name, but it began with a B, and he represented Florida at the same time. So I probably can get it on the internet or someplace, you know, because I have to put his name down, you know, when we write things. So that's kind of the story.
Oh, no, that's not all the story. You said he used to pick you up on what kind of car?
Oh, he had the most horrible. He picked me up at the airport, okay? And it was a private airport because I didn't take regular. He had arranged for a private plane for me to take, and it was at a private airport. And he took me to this car, and I said, that's not your car, is it? He said, yeah, what's wrong with it? It was a beat up old Pontiac. I'm telling you, nobody would drive a car like that. Of course, I realized, I know he could have had the best cars in the world, but he wanted to make an impression saying that he had a very poor car as a rich man because he was very, very wealthy, and he didn't want that aura to, you know, to be spread, you know, in Washington. So I knew that. I didn't have to ask him why but it was a horrible, horrible car. It was a convertible too, but it was, I can't tell you, it looked like it belonged to a rag picker.
Didn't you have to pay for the coffee too? He never had any money in his
Oh,
pocket?
he never had any money, no. No, he never carried money. I know I wasn't rich, you know, but I always had a few bucks.
What about, did you say how you went under the Senate in those cars, that little train? You told him that already?
I told him that. He showed me that. He showed me all.
Uh-huh.
He was absolutely enchanting. I don't know why. He just took all the time in the world.
But you said the reason that you were dating him was because you wanted to make Stan jealous. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Did it make Stan jealous?
Oh, yes. I would say so.
Oh, I see. And what were your other feelings? I mean, did you think that he was going to have a great career, or what did you think
I
of
knew
him?
he was going to have a great career. I knew it. I knew it from the very beginning. I never knew that he would be president, no. But just from the aura, he was, I tell you, he was a very nice man. You wouldn't believe it, you know, but he was.
What do you mean by nice? What is nice?
But, you know, accommodating,
A gentleman.
a gentleman, a real gentleman. Yeah, he was. But
Pretty.
he had good background, though.
Uh-huh.
And best schools, which is very important. It's important for every boy, you know, to have a good career in